Welcome to the video for Chaos Culture's Frame Editor. Here we focus on the Performer. After you've created a range of animations, the next step is to map them to the buttons on your controller in order to perform with them. The Performer reacts to MIDI notes and control changes and triggers the clips you are going to assign to them. In order to use it correctly, place it onto an empty MIDI track. The input and output needs to be routed to the controller you want to use to trigger the clips. The monitor value always needs to be set to in. If you are playing a note which doesn't have any clips mapped to it, the device will output the incoming MIDI note or control change so that your controller still has visual feedback. Use the feedback velocity to fix the output velocity. The Performer works with 8 pages. Each page has different clips mapped to the incoming MIDI events. With this feature, it is possible to have different animations on the same buttons for different parts of a song. You can load the pages by clicking on the numbers below, use the arrows to move to the next or to the previous page, and click while holding the Command key to delete the mappings of the whole page. Since you can also change pages with the controller, you can also clear these connections by holding the Command key and clicking on the top row. Once you activated the edit mode by clicking the edit button on the Performance device, you can press a button on your controller and the new window will show up. This one gives you information about what your note or control change you're currently editing. Now you can click on any clip in your live set and it will be mapped to this MIDI event. To indicate them, the color of the assigned clip will turn white. When using animations with multiple controllers and clips, the one clip to the left has the information on how many clips are linked to it and within its name. By mapping this clip, the Performer will read the clip name and also map the other clips which are part of the whole animation. Click on a clip again to unlink it. It makes sense for the Performance to set up all the animation clips to start without any quantization. To do so, select all the animation clips and in the Launch tab, set the quantization to none. You can try out different launch modes in combination with 3 options in the edit window, which will determine how note off events are handled. Most of the time, the note off function, none, works best with the launch mode trigger, while the function fire only makes sense if the launch mode is set to toggle. To assign a page to the MIDI event you're currently editing, simply press on the page number in the floating window. The arrows can also be MIDI mapped so that by clicking on the corresponding button on the controller, the device will always move to the next page. And finally, the 3 tools at the bottom can copy, paste and clear the mapping for the current note or control change. In this example, all 8 clips will be mapped to the bottom row of the Ableton push. By clicking on the X symbol on the top left, you can save your changes and close the window, or you can click on it while holding the Command key to cancel and discard the changes you did since activating the edit mode. Now the setup is done and you can perform your live performance with the animation clips. Notice that you can still use the incoming MIDI informations for anything else in your live set in order to trigger audio samples or to play instruments.
Shortcuts.
In the device view of the frame editor in Live, you can click on shortcuts to show 10 buttons which can be MIDI or key mapped just as other parameters in Live. The hotkeys on the right will select the color for all the controller devices. That way you can quickly change between colors while drawing and have all controllers linked as well. The edit button can also be MIDI or key mapped. This allows you to quickly edit an animation without having to navigate to the frame editor device somewhere within Live. Also, the Performer can be used to tell the frame editor which MIDI clip to edit. When the edit mode in the frame editor is activated, you can press a button on your controller that is mapped to an animation clip. This way you don't have to memorize where to find the animation you're looking for is inside Live. You only have to memorize where the animation is mapped on the controller you're performing on. In combination with the key mapping, you can speed up your workflow and add animations in no time. That's the frame editor from Chaos Culture. Thanks for watching.